guys and girls, what is going on? Thank you so much for coming back to check out the channel. We got some Nintendo Switch OLED news to get into, and we're gonna start off with something very interesting. You can pre-order the Nintendo Switch OLED like right now. Weird, not understanding it, but we'll talk about why this is so strange. And also, Steam Deck had a pretty good day today. Scalpers are already selling them for like thousands. Crazy. Let's go. There we go. You know, it's there. And then if we look at now in stock, you know, we look at the history of restocks that are happening. There we go. There we go. I mean, yeah, GameStop, it's been restocking like every 20 minutes. And then tomorrow night, you guys could see me come on live and say how I have to eat my own shoe. I don't know what that means, but basically what I have been saying is that these consoles were going to be hard to find like all the way through Christmas. So we shall see. You know, we'll have an update tomorrow. And like I said, you guys, you know, I will be straight up. If I will ended up being wrong, I'll own up to it. You know, I'm not going to lie. I ain't going to sit here and say I didn't say it, because I did say it. But this is very surprising to me. This is good. You know, like I said, it could mean two things. That either Nintendo had a lot of inventory or the demand just wasn't there for this. So Nonchalant says, LOL Joe. What did Joe say? The neighbor is on her laptop ordering one as we speak. Let me ask her. Knock knock. Then she comes in and like knocks me out. Yo, you guys see have you guys ever seen a streamer get knocked out live on camera? You might see it tonight. Brother Joe says, she's like, thanks, 1VideoGameDude. I got my pre-order in at Walmart. Thanks to you. And then if it gets canceled, then she will really knock me out. Alina got the Steam Deck. I know she was very excited for it. So, you know what? I poked fun at it yesterday, guys, on Twitter and Instagram. If you already know my kind of humor, you already know I'm just messing around. I love every gaming console. The Steam Deck looks like a powerhouse, by the way. If I had the cash, I would have gotten it so that I could review it for you guys. But for me, I'm not a big PC gamer. That's the thing. You know, I'm not a big PC gamer. I'm not sure if you guys could tell from yesterday's stream. Yeah, we'll have, you know, we're gonna see overnight to see if anyone gets their orders canceled. But from what I'm looking at now, this is boding very well for us gamers. You know, if Nintendo, like I said, it could mean two things. Nintendo had enough for demand, or the demand simply was not there. But I want to believe in my heart it was the former, that Nintendo saw the struggle that we were going through to get the PS5 and Series X, and they were like, you know what? Doug Bowser was in his office in his big cushiony chair with a cigar, and he's like, I believe I'm going to decide to have enough Switch OLEDs for... Yes. I believe. I don't know how Doug Bowser really talks. That was probably the worst impression of Doug Bowser ever. But how cool is Doug Bowser, dude? Like, his name is literally Bowser. The Nintendo, the president of Nintendo is named Bowser. Like, have you guys really sat down to think about that? It's crazy. This comes to us via PC Gamer, actually. Let's take a look at this article. Something that kind of surprised me. Unless something changes, Steam Deck won't run Destiny, Apex, PUBG, or Siege. This is the kind of stories that I'm coming across, and I'm like, well, I don't know what to think anymore. They're telling us, unless something changes, Steam Deck won't run Destiny, Apex, PUBG, or Siege. But Valve is working to improve SteamOS compatibility ahead of the handheld's launch. So it's launching in December, correct? The promise of Valve's new Steam Deck is to let you play your Steam catalog on the go, but thanks to the particular makeup of the new handheld PC's OS, there may be some major caveats to that promise. As a Linux-based system, I know Linux doesn't play well with anti-cheat software, right? That a lot of these games have, so I think that's where the problem is arising. But let's continue with the article. As a Linux-based system, the Steam OS has a somewhat limited selection of compatible games. To combat this, Valve developed a feature called Proton, which utilizes a fork of the Wine compatibility layer, which is designed to help run native Windows titles on the OS. And while this does expand Steam OS's list of supported games considerably, there are some notable exceptions. According to ProtonDB, almost half of Steam's 10 most popular games, Destiny 2, Apex Legends, PUBG, and Rainbow Six Siege, will not work on Steam OS. The culprit, it seems, is anti-cheat software. In most cases, gamers will start up, but their anti-cheat systems won't, leaving you unable to log into multiplayer servers. Valve does note that the Steam... Get this ad out of here. Oh, it's not monetized, buddies. To improve SteamOS compatibility, the Steam Deck is still a PC, and it as a straight up PC, Valve is also happy to let you tinker with the machine at will, meaning you're free to cut to the chase by installing Windows itself. Unfortunately, PC gaming has always meant that sometimes games just won't work as expected. That's no less true for the Steam Deck than it was for any desktop tower you've ever owned. So, kind of interesting, but they did say that it could change by launch. And if you guys are comfortable, you know, gaming on a PC, if you're already a PC gamer, then I'm sure you're gonna be good. Core Gamer, thank you so much for the sub, bros. Brosif, thank you, man, much appreciated. Steam Deck is showing up on eBay already. Reservations already selling on eBay for absolutely stupid prices. This is another article from PC Gamer. Let's look into it and let's talk about it a little bit. Alright, Steam Deck, alright, so they popped up on eBay when Valve announced the Steam Deck, yada yada yada. Okay, so are they selling? So there was a 256 gigabyte model that went for $850, while this 512 gigabyte unit was sold at $975. This one, on the other hand, sold for an eye-watering $1,599. Wow, that's crazy. So yeah, these systems are getting scalped on eBay. Like this 256 gigabyte model, yeah, it sold for $849. So the pre-orders now, I believe they actually did a good thing in terms of limiting bots, and what they did is that they only allowed the first you had to be a Steam member and you had to be active on Steam before being able to actually buy the console. For I think you had to have played or been active on Steam prior to the 1st of June, I believe, or 1st of July. I think it was 1st of June. So in that regard, you know, Valve did a good thing trying to filter the bots. But unfortunately, guys, just because you got a Steam account doesn't necessarily mean you're not gonna try to make a little bit of cash, right? And that seems to be what is happening over on eBay with this latest one selling at this 256 gigabyte one selling for $849, and another one selling for $975. That's the 520 that 512 gigger. So scalpers are everywhere, needless to say. But Nintendo Switch OLED estimated to cost only $10 more per unit to make. This article was by Paul Tessie. If you want to know why Nintendo is releasing the Switch OLED with only minimal upgrades to the screen and hard drive, look no further than the economics of what it cost Nintendo to make. According to Bloomberg, the $350 unit, $50 more than the current Switch, only has $10 worth of upgrades. The report says that the new 7-inch Samsung OLED screen costs anywhere from just $3 to $5 per unit, and that additional hard drive space doubling from 32 to 64 gigabytes costs $3.50. Other upgrades like the LAN port fill in the rest. So in short, Nintendo has designed this where they should be making an extra $40 in profit or over a normal Switch by adding $10 to the manufacturing cost and $50 to the price itself. It's easy to see how the missing component of the new Switch hardware, a chip that could allow better game performance and docked 4K capabilities, would have eaten into that margin. That may not be why it's missing, but it's still interesting to know just how much padding Nintendo is doing on the price here. So what they're saying is that okay, so of course the cost to make it would have increased if they gave us the 4K capability. And so this is very interesting to me. Now, the lack of 4K for me, I thought was due to them having some kind of compatibility issue with their current Switch games, and they wanted current Switch owners, since the Switch has sold gangbusters, like it's sold a lot, right? They wanted current Switch owners to not be deterred by upgrading if if some of these games were not compatible with upscaling to 4K, if there was some kind of compatibility issue, maybe some of the games weren't able to get converted to 4K. That's what I was thinking, but now it seems to me they might have left it out to save some cash. But let's go on with the article, and then we'll do a final analysis. It's a big deal because it's often the case in the video game space that consoles may not be profitable at all. It depends on the unit, but at times Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft have all sold systems at a loss in order to create an install base and then make up the difference with loads of game sales or through subscription services where they really make their revenue. The Switch, however, has allegedly always been a moneymaker for Nintendo. Previous estimates of teardowns of Switch components put the total cost at around $257. So at a $300 sales price, Nintendo is making around $40 on every unit. And if these estimates for the Switch OLED are right, they've just doubled that to $80 on every Switch OLED unit. That's not bad. That's not bad. And to conclude, they go on to say that Nintendo simply has the magic. Due to the innate appeal of the Switch and its roster of games, it can now be making $80 in profit on every unit sold, despite using tech that is now effectively 2 generations behind the PS5 and Series X. But the Switch continues to sell extremely well, and the OLED model will likely be extremely hard to find, if not impossible, come the holidays. Well, we're kind of finding that out, that might not be the case. So definitely by tomorrow night we'll do another update. But it seems to me that anyone who wanted to get one should be getting it like right now as we speak. I mean, that's gonna be interesting to see if any of these pre-orders get canceled, if we start hearing reports or whatnot. But what I think about this, you guys, and I want to hear from you what you think about it. You know, people tend to forget that Nintendo is a business, and I know I gave them a lot of crap 2 nights ago when I talked about the watch. I'm still a little bit let down by that watch, because I feel like that watch, I think, honestly should not have ever been advertised. that $2,000 plus watch. But in this case, if they're wanting to make a little more profit on the Switch OLED, they're a business, and the matter of the fact is, the fact of the matter is that you know, $50 more, $350 is, I mean, it's a pretty good chunk of change, you know, depending on who you talk to, but it's a reasonable chunk of change for an OLED upgrade. I would pay $50 more if I could take my Switch and be like, I want my portable experience to look better. I would, now that's just me, you guys might think differently. I would pay $50 for that upgrade because I know OLED makes a difference. It makes a huge difference. And for me, an added perk is the LAN port, and also the new white dock, and also the fact that the older docks used to scratch the Switch, some of the older docks, and they kind of embed it like a anti-scratch design. But of course, we're not going to really know until it comes out, right? So we shall see. But to me, the fact that they're making more profit over a console is just a business model, guys. Nintendo is a business. They need to make their money, and if it's selling and if it's going to be something that prolongs the life of the company, I'm okay paying 50 more bucks. But that's just me. To say, stay safe, stay awesome, you're cool, we're gonna see you later, man. Yeah.